got this feeling inside my bones.
Hello and welcome to another tech tutorial. Today I'm going to show you your next step in your Kerbal Space Program funding application, what you've been working on over the last week. This is your objectives I want to get done hopefully by the end of today, at latest next week for sure, because I want us to get into the software right away. So this is what you've been working on. You've been working on your application for funds. I've actually grabbed a student from last year. I've erased his name to protect his identity, but you're going to be doing the same thing. Remember, what you're trying to do is you're trying to fill out all of these sections here, and after they're completely done, I want you to go back and I want you to kind of edit yourself. Now, what I'm going to show you on this video is something that's kind of new. This is a great way to collaborate with other people, get some other people to help or edit your page as well. So you are going to be required to share your document with somebody else in class, okay? They will look at your document. You will also look at somebody else's, probably that partner. You just swap documents, makes it easier that way. And what you need to do is leave at least 2 comments on their paper, either giving them suggestions or giving them some positive feedback in some way, shape, or form. Okay, so that's what I'm going to show you today, is how it is that you can leave comments on a document. Okay, so I think we have all done the sharing thing before here. You can share a document by clicking the share button, and then what you'll do is you will type your friend's email in, share that document with them, and then that's actually how they'll access it. They can access it either through Google Drive, through the shared with me, or they can go to their Gmail and look for the email that you sent them with a link to that document. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to practice and say that this is the document that I'm going to be looking at and sharing. Okay, so your job as a person who's looking at somebody else's is to read through what they wrote. Okay, and now, so you're reading through something here, and you can look at here. This student put, what I want to accomplish is to launch a rocket and, comma, make it fly around Mars and land and have the people walk on Mars and see if there's life and then come back to Earth. Okay, so I'm seeing right away that this sentence here is probably a run-on sentence, and it needs to be made into maybe a couple of sentences, right? Now, this person who's typing was just flying along. Their ideas were coming out, and it was great, and they put this stuff down, and when they read it to themselves, it makes sense. But when I read it, I see right away, oh yeah, this is probably needs to be a couple of sentences, and oh yeah, we don't forget we need to capitalize Mars. So what you do then is you highlight the area that you're talking about, which I'm talking about this sentence right here, and I'm going to come up to the comments section. I'm going to put comments, and I'm going to click on comment, and then in this box right here I'm going to type, I think this might sound better if it were 2 sentences. Just like that. Pretty simple, pretty easy, and then all you do is you hit the comment button. Now, I'm not going to completely comment this, because then this student from last year is going to get an email saying I commented on their paper, and they're going to be like, why is Mr. Meyer looking at my paper from last year? That'll just totally wig him out. So instead, I'm not going to hit the comment button. But if I hit that comment button, then what happens is this little dialogue, see, this looks like almost like a little talking window, is going to pop and stay right over here. And then this little area right here is going to be kind of like highlighted, so that when I get back to my paper, I can go in here and I can look and see, and then I can say, oh, yeah, no, I should make this into probably like 3 sentences. And you can go ahead and edit that, change it, and such. Now, you can also comment back, which is kind of cool. So if I were to actually hit comment right here, and then this student got back on, they would see underneath of my comment there would be a reply button. So I might say something like, say, maybe I put my comment and it was a little bit confusing, and you're reading somebody's comments and you're like, what are they trying to tell me? I don't understand this, or what would be a good idea? You can reply to them and say, are you sure, or I don't understand what you're saying. So there's ways that you can kind of communicate. You can actually use this Google Doc here as almost like a little bit of a chat room to talk back and forth with each other on things that are in the document, which is kind of a nice, handy thing. So when you're doing papers, or you're working on projects with a group, you can kind of use this to put your ideas down, share them back and forth. And what's really cool is you get a notification, an email saying somebody left a comment on your on your document, or somebody replied to a comment that you left. So you kind of stay in the know and kind of understand it. So what I want you to do is this exact thing right here. I want you to read through, and I want you to leave at least 2. Now, can you find more than 2? Absolutely. That would be a great partner right there if you're finding more things or more suggestions. It might be something like this, where I'm telling them, hey, you know what? Maybe 2 sentences would be best here. It might be something like, wow, I thought this was a really funny part, or wow, this is a really creative thing, or something like that. You can also give some good positive criticism as well too. So that's your assignment for today. This has to be completely finished. It has to be shared with a partner, and your partner must have left some comments on yours, and you left some on theirs for the whole 40 points of this part of the assignment. So if you have any other questions, please ask Present Mr. Meyer. And with that, I'm going to let you go ahead and get to work.
Everything